let's talk about, well, this question that I got. Let's see if I can call it up here. It says, it's a genuine question. What if someone's love language is giving gifts? It's just the way they are. I love giving gifts to my partner. See, this is I like this question, and I was trying to tap in to read the whole thing, and there's something wrong where I can't read the whole comment. So I'm sorry about that right now. It might change later for me. But I wanted to talk about what if someone's love language is giving gifts. It's just the way they are. Um, that's not a problem. There's a very real energetic thing that comes along with, and we call it the gift giver narcissist, but really there's the communal narcissist. But to me, I'm looking at it's like that's not good enough. I mean, there's so many shades of gray where, okay, so what the narcissist, somebody who is impaired with gift giving too. See, it they're not giving gifts because they're generous and they know how to give, like they feel joy giving because they have. They're not doing that. There's many different shades of gray to this, but you can feel deep down what's happening when it keeps happening. They start. It's a very energetic thing. So I'm not talking about the ones who are healthy. See, they they get jealous really easy. Now, this is in general. A narcissist gets jealous really easy if they see a genuine quality in you, and one of them could be that you're generous. Now, they'll kind of be like, ugh, and they'll try and they think you're stupid. Period. They think you're stupid, and you have to uh, uh, keep on who you are as a generous person. It's not that you're stupid. No, you have plenty. And also, okay, if you're spiritual, you're working with laws. It's like, well, it keeps coming back to me. That's why. And if you stick around, see the narcissist will see that, and they're jealous as of fuck of that. And it's like, be careful. We are. Um, we live in a world full of it's like opposites. And sometimes, a lot of times, yes, they attract. Be careful. You have to keep your center and be ready. Okay, so when you're talking about money, you know, you need to go by your gut feeling. You need to be a little bit more. You got to be ultra sensitive. When you are ultra sensitive, it's kind of unfortunate because, well, the more sensitive you are, the more you're going to notice other people don't have that sensitivity. But I'm here to tell you, it's like, come on, when you're associating, see, through conversation alone, for me, I like to bump it up a little bit and expose like a detail or at least learn something about it. Some things is like, what is it that we're bumping up and trying to elevate and learn a little more than just the obvious when somebody's talking about just running a reel on you, you know what I mean? Like the 4 o'clock news or even a movie that they saw. It's like, talk about, see, the narcissist is non-self-reflective, so they won't even understand that. You realize you're 6 minutes into trying to explain a movie that you're not good at telling stories anyway, but now we have to sit here and wait through this? Why? Anyway, let's get back to, it's a very big, big energetic difference. That's the problem. You know, the ones who are giving gifts out of love, it's just the way they are. They do it whether you're in need or not, right? You like if you don't need it or you do need it, blah blah blah. And they also know that, well, for you to take it is a gift. They know that that's really what's happening. That when somebody receives something from you, you're giving them the gift of being a being received. See, there's a little, I don't know if this has much to do with it, but here's something that might interest somebody is that if you want to tell, say if you had dated somebody, or you have if you think you have a friend, go up to their door, not too unannounced, but maybe yes, but make sure you know that they're free at that time and just knock on the door. Pick some flowers, just a one or two, nothing special, and go and knock on the door and get the first reaction. If they genuinely like you, they'll accept the flowers, but they're going to look at you and be happy to see you. They're going to be like, "Hi, Sean," or whoever, whatever your name is. And they'll take the flower. But if if they don't genuinely like you, and don't take this personally, because if it's a narcissist, they don't genuinely like anybody. They can't. They're not capable. They're just not emotionally set up. See, you want something from them. If you were to go there, you want their attention. That it's like, no, that's their supply. They don't know how to really reciprocate that like that even. So if they're not genuinely into you and they open the door to you, you'll see, first of all, right away, they're looking at the flowers and like, oh God, piss poor, and it's you again, kind of. There isn't a uplift, really. So anyway, thanks for listening to that. Boy, I took how many minutes to say that, but not even talking about, that somebody attacked me already about, well, well, um, this is exactly the gift-giving narcissist. Well, damned if we do, damned if we don't. There, blah blah blah. It's like, no, no. When you're a gift, when that's just the way you are, it's not damned if you do, damned if you don't. You just do it because that's the way you are. It's really tough nowadays. I mean, if you notice it, this is really painful for empaths, is that to notice that you cannot love or give to like 80% of the people out there. Why? First of all, they fucking hate you. If they found out that you really needed after a while, like, oh, what, you charge for these services? You mean you want a few dollars for this service? Yeah, usually that's what I do. No, and they will try and smear you. They don't want you to. They'll try and starve you of cash and stuff, and then yeah, they want you dead pretty much. They know that really well. That's very real. So I hope that clears your question of, I mean, be careful. I'm sorry I couldn't, I'm still trying to find out how, maybe you can comment on this video if you see it, how to read the whole thing. It says, the question is, what if someone's love language is giving gifts? It's just the way they are. That's a healthy person. Narcissists don't like that. They don't like psychologically free people. They don't like physically confident people. and they don't like spiritually grounded people. Not particularly. It's a threat. What I mean when I say they don't like it, they don't know what they don't like about it. It's because they can't control, first of all, a psychologically free person. After a while, you're going to notice something wrong, and it's you. Something wrong is in the room, and it's you. If you're the psychologically free one in the room full of people who, I mean, okay, so we call them narcissists, but what are they? They're people who live in bondage. Some of them are together, right? Rarely do you find a narcissist alone so much that it's interesting to be around them. Let's say that because some of them are like, hey, you know what I mean? And it's all about money, right? If you're dealing, unfortunately, it's like, what brings us to the level of having to deal with people in general? Sometimes, I mean, most of the time, I mean, if you're privileged, you don't have to deal with them all, but we have to make money, right? Isn't that kind of true? And you hope that somebody that's there with this exchange transaction, trying to make sense out of something that's like totally inhuman, which is the monetary system. Are we people who know? See, there's the saying that says, "In God we trust." Does it say, "In love we trust"? Does it say we trust that we know how to give and not, this is to trust something. What? Boy, we haven't talked about this because I don't know. All that needs to be ditched. There is stuff going on astrologically. Pardon me. It was a good meal I had. Um, the eclipse has everything to do with our money and our value system and that love. I did a lot of videos during the YouTube strike, but I was, of course, it's so different now that we've had this eclipse, even though it's not really that different. I think, well, it is. There's, see, I'm a love worker, babe. You know, I mean, it's like love or forget it. You know, and I'm not perfect. You know, here I am, human, dealing with. I have a mind, really. I have my emotions, right? Well, you know, my body, the body, right? The body is going through waves of not only cosmic currents, but you know, I'm a woman. Oh God, I just gave it up right there. And so, thanks for listening, babes, and for talking and about that question. You know, like I said, I got that one other. I got a genuine somebody. It's like these people. They want to make you feel bad for having received so much. Now you received so much, then see if See, I didn't even fucking receive anything from these people, and they're trying to make me feel bad for even bringing it up. And like, well, but, you know, I really don't know who they are. See, and that's really not at all what I made that video for. I'm not saying, well, this person and that in my life and that person. No, I am 50 years old and I have observed this in my life, like sporadically going on. I didn't zero any one person out. You know, relations are very difficult. If I mean, you can give an advice about giving gifts. It's like, well, find out if they really need it and like it.